Hello friends, welcome to another reading vlog. I know, she's wearing a shirt, very light academia. I don't know what's going on with me either, but happy March. Today is the first day of March and I am feeling excited because my TBR is enormous, but we're feeling ambitious this month. I was thinking that I was torn between two books, and those two books were An Enchantment of Ravens and Fable. But I decided to go for An Enchantment of Ravens because that's the one I own the most time, and it's the shorter one because this month I decided to join the Mean Girls Readathon, hosted by Lucy and Kate on Bookstagram. I decided to go for a short one now so I can stick up to my TBR, even though I'm going to be a mood reader this month. I just don't feel like following a TBR because it's so much work. But yeah, a little break to grab my tea. This is a sherry love tea. It's basically a sherry infusion and I love it very much. It's very wintry, but at the same time very summery. I don't know, it's very sweet, but at the same time a little bit it's like bittersweet, you know. Here I am babbling again. So how was your February in terms of reading, in life in general? So in terms of reading, my February was actually excellent. I read 14 books, which is a very big accomplishment for me. I was so happy because I haven't read that big amount of books in a long time. I never have time or the will to read those many books, but this month was actually great. I read lots of 5 stars, lots of disappointments at the same time, but for me, the best book was Crooked Kingdom by Lee Bardugo. That's no surprise since my favorite book of all time is Six of Crows, and Crooked Kingdom didn't beat Six of Crows, even though it was amazing, but very sad, and I am so upset. Lee Bardugo, why did you do that? You didn't have to do that. And also, since we're on the matter, have you watched the new Shadow and Bone trailer? Excuse me? It's so good. The moment I spotted Kaz, Inês and Jasper on screen, I literally cried, I screamed, I literally killed the ears of my boyfriend. We were in a call the moment Shadow and Bone trailer came out, and I was talking to him and I talked about my reactions, and he literally told me to shut up because I was literally screaming as fuck. And it was so good. Talking about other 5-star reads, I read Girls of the Thorn by Melissa Basha-Doust. I know there are some mixed reviews about that book, and I really loved it because I think the author really connected the characters really well, and the environment and the world she created are very well made. So yeah, I think people should give it a go since it's LGBT. And it's and it's black characters involved too. And another 5-star read, which was very surprising for me because it was the first time I read any book from that author, was Vicious by V. Schwab. I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. It was a very mad book. Madness everywhere. The main character reminds me of a mad scientist. They're like in a break to find something that will make them immortal, but it's not kind of immortal. It's like they're testing death because they want to know if they can relive again, but this time with powers. And these kind of powers are called extraordinary, or how do you say it? It's like superheroes, but not superheroes. You know what I mean? Yes. So the main character goes on to a fight with the other main character. They were two best friends. They did everything together, but all of a sudden one of them thought it was better than the other and decided to kill him. That part was hilarious, but the mood of the book is so dark and it's so cool. I absolutely loved it. I would consider it kind of dark academia, but not in a college sense, not in a university sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. So for February, oh my god, for March, for my March TBR, I have decided to go for a lot of fantasies, and that's no surprise. But also I included some romance because I am absolutely addicted to romance since I read Presuming You by Seneca Tree and 10 Blind Dates by Ashley Elston. I got completely addicted to romance. I was not expecting that. Those are my favorite rom-coms ever. One of them is actually an adult romance, so I really recommend them. But the book I'm most excited to read this month is actually Shadow and Bone, because Shadow and Bone series is coming in April, and I really want to read the book series first. And another book that I'm really excited to read is Daughter of Smoke and Bone, because my friend Annika Reads on Bookstagram. She's amazing and she has the whole collection, and she made a post about it and I absolutely loved it, and I was like, I have to read this series as fast as I can. I got the 2 first books because they were on sale the time I bought them, and if they're any good, I'll purchase the 3rd. So yeah, this was me babbling as usual, and you're probably wondering, why am I on the floor and why am I not on the sofa, since I have a sofa behind me, and the reason is I am comfy on the floor. As I always am, I always read on the floor or on my bed because it's the most comfy place. I'll start reading An Enchantment of Ravens today. This book is by Margaret Rogerson, and I am super excited. It has less than 300 pages, so I'll probably read this in one sitting. I don't know yet. I don't know my mood for today. And I'm using this beautiful bookmark by Faerie. It was featured on the January monthly box, and it's so pretty. It features Athena, the Greek goddess. Yes. So yeah, I'm super excited. I will talk to you guys as soon as I can, and till then, see ya. Okay, so for now I read like 30 pages, and the main character's name is Isabel, which in Portuguese you say Isabel. And she's sort of crushing on Gadfly or Gladfly, something like that. And they have glamours, so people can look at them and think of them as one thing that they're not. And so I'm in a part that she's going to work for Gladfly or something like that. I didn't understand it very well still, but I'll keep on reading and I'll update you soon. But here's a blurb for you. Every enchantment has a price. Isabel is a prodigy artist with a dangerous set of clients, the immortal fair folk. But when she receives her first royal patron, Rook, the Autumn Prince, she makes a terrible mistake. She paints moral sorrow in his eyes, a weakness that could cost him his life. Furious, Rook's spirits Isabel away to stand trial for her crime. But something is seriously amiss in this world, and they are attacked from every side. Forced to depend upon each other for survival, their alliance blossoms into trust, perhaps even love, a forbidden emotion that would render both their lives for fate. What force could Isabel's paintings conjure that is powerful enough to defy the ancient malice of the fairy courts? So it's not Glassfly. So the guy she will stay with is named Rook and is an autumn prince. Can't wait to read more. Hey friends, good morning. Today is the 2nd of March and it's currently noon. Yeah, I woke up like an hour ago. So the light is not the best, but today is very rainy, so I didn't have much other places that I could have a white light. My house is like yellowish lights, so I am in my living room filming with this super bright light on my face. But a reading update. I yesterday read 100 pages of An Enchantment of Ravens and I am adoring it so far. It's very romantic but also super like mistakable. Like the two protagonists, Rook and Isabel, they're in love, but it's a forbidden love because humans and fairies are not supposed to have relationships, even if it's friendship. And the book starts with a relationship between Gadfly and Isabel because they become friends. She's a painter, a portrait artist, and they become friends, and he gives her an enchantment to pay for her portraits that protects her house. When her family and her are inside her house, no fairy can try to kill her or to harm her, so that's really cool. So yeah, then there's this scene where Gadfly tells Isabel that the prince of the Autumn Court is coming to meet her because he wants a portrait of himself to hang in his castle, in his palace. And she's like, oh my god, what can I do? I really didn't want to meet him because everyone thinks he's dead, but he's not dead. And she automatically falls in love with him the moment she sets eyes on him, and he appears to her as a raven because he can shapeshift. And he appears as a majestuous raven, and she bows to him, which is very funny. That's a very funny scene. And then after they spend weeks together, because supposedly she can finish a portrait in one day, but they spend weeks together, he finds little details that he wants her to modify because he wants to spend time with her too, and she doesn't say anything to object to that because she wants to spend time with him too. So yeah, and then there's the scene where she asks him to pay for her, and he asks her what kind of enchantment would she like, and she says she wants something to tell her when she's in danger or when her family is in danger, and he gives her an enchantment of ravens. Every time she's in danger, a few ravens will appear next to her, and if she's about to die, it will be like a dozen ravens. But every time she thinks about the king of the courts, king of the summer court, I think it's that court is very dangerous. Every time she thinks about him, 1,000 ravens appear, and it's so fucking good. I stopped. My brain is loading today. I stopped in this scene where they're in the Summerlands, both Rook and Isabel, because they're escaping from a loading. It's basically they're escaping from someone who's trying to kill them, who's trying to help the Summer King rule all courts. and Rook is injured and he gains a fever, and that's when she tells him that 2 days ago she thought she was in love with him. And he wanted to kill her, but he won't kill her because he's in love with her too. That's where I stopped. And I'm super excited to find out what will happen. This book has only 300 pages, so I might finish it today. Although I'm not sure if I will, because I started to reading an ebook as well. Its name is The Crowns of Oswald. It's a middle grade fantasy and sci-fi, and it's really good so far. It's like Harry Potter meets Alice in Wonderland and The Corpse Bride. It's so good. It's like the main character reminds me a lot of Harry, because the first time Harry goes to buy his stuff to go to Hogwarts, it's when Ivy goes to buy her stuff too, and there's this presence, and her name is Dark Queen, that frightens everyone in Croswald. So the school she's going to go to is not called Hogwarts, obviously. It's called Raven's Hollow, and it's so cool. It's so good. I am loving it so far. It's an arc. I was contacted actually for by the publisher, so I am really excited to read it. And that is my update. I will talk to you later, because now I have to prepare lunch and I have some chores to do, like ironing and laundry. So I'll talk to you guys as soon as I can. Bye. Okay, so I managed to update some of the covers, as you can see on my February spread, and I managed to update some my aesthetic pleasing pictures on my favorite book of the month. And for the pictures, I think you can understand that it was Crooked Kingdom. I will be writing stuff later, and my favorite quote of the month later too. And now my March spread. I think it's so really pretty, even though this part it's too black. I think if I did it another way it would have been prettier, but I'm really proud of this one. It looks so really pretty. My habit tracker, my to be read. I still have to put a few others here, and I'm going to start putting some covers here for the books I will be reading this month. And now it's my Mean Girls spread that I will have to update very soon. It's for the Mean Girls readathon. I've talked about it yesterday in the vlog, so I will be updating it and talk to you guys soon. Hi guys, hello. Today is the 3rd of March, and I have finished An Enchantment of Ravens last night. I couldn't stop reading it, so you know how good it is. I literally devoured it in 1 hour and a half last night, the last 200 pages, and it was amazing. I know some people have mixed reviews, mixed feelings on it. Some people say they didn't like the Insta Love, they didn't like the Enemies to Lovers, they didn't like that Gadfly was a kind of fairy godmother, but I loved it all. And this isn't exactly an Enemies to Lovers, it's more like Forbidden Romance, because, as I said earlier on this vlog, the romance between fairies and humans, it's forbidden, so it's kind of a forbidden love. Oh god, please don't mind my hair, and sorry for the mess. So basically, yeah, this is a 5-star rate for me. I don't even give it less because I just loved the relationship between Rook and Isabel, because it was just so innocent, you know. And there's this part in the book that they know they're in love. She admitted to him that she was in love with him, and he was like, oh no, you cannot love me, because they would be breaking the good law in the fairyland and she would be killed. But in the end, she wasn't the one killed, nor did he. She became queen of fairyland. Oh yeah, this was so good. I think Margaret Rogerson did really step up on this book. I haven't read Sorcery of Thorns yet. I will be reading it at the end of this week with my friend Emma, and I'm super excited for it. Everyone says it's amazing, so I will be reading the other book from Margaret Rogerson, but I really recommend you to read The Enchantment of Ravens. It was really good. If you like forbidden love, instant love, if you like fairy stories like ACOTAR and Wicked Lovely and The Cruel Prince, this book is for you. Trust me, it is that good. So I didn't make any other progress on what was the name? The Crowns of Coswell. I haven't made much progress. I read 10% yesterday. I mean, it was good, but it wasn't that good so far. I mean, it came to a part that Ivy is having her first class, and everyone is making fun of her because she isn't exactly like the other people. She grew up in a certain place, and that makes her like a weirdo. But I think she will be some sort of high sorceress. So I'm excited for the end of the book. I will be reading it more today, and now I don't know which book I'm going to start. Probably it will be An Ember in the Ashes, so I can start The Mean Girls Readathon, but I don't know. And this is the end of the vlog because it is already too big and I don't want to take too much of your time. So I'll see you guys on the next vlog, and let me know if you like this kind of vlogs, just reading one book and talking about it. If not, leave a flower emoji. If you do, leave a yellow heart. It's my favorite heart. So I see you guys on the next vlog, and I hope you're all safe and sound. Take care.